Hi guys, as Project, and I have the keys to, guess what that is? Guess what that is? It's one of my, probably my bucket list cars. Now a lot of people go, why would you have that on your bucket list? Why? They're not nice, they don't look very nice, you know, they're a bit of a Marmite car. I'm going to turn the camera around to what we have today to do a test drive video. This is a Porsche Cayenne S. Now this is the Mark 1, so this is the 955 variant, and this is pre-facelift, so this is the Cayenne S with a 4.5 V8 engine, 340 horsepower in this. Sound is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. This thing sounds like, can't wait to drive. So we've got the keys, so I'm going to go take this bad lad out for a test drive and you'll catch up with us soon. Hello guys, you catch me in this absolutely epic Porsche Cayenne 4.5 V8 S. Now this is the Porsche Cayenne S. I've literally just put some petrol in there, so 20 quid has not got us a lot. I think it's a couple of gallons, maybe 3 gallons. I'll use that in 10 miles, I'm telling you now. So what this car is actually based on, which is the VW Touareg. I've owned that, and I've owned an Audi Q7, and there's a very big stipulation with cars like these. Usually footballers buy them, and you know, there's quite a lot of hate with cars like these, but in the end of the day, they are what they are. Porsche designed the 955 Cayenne, which is what this is, and like I said, this is the Cayenne S. It's 340 horsepower and around about 310 pounds-foot of torque, and if I'm honest with you, it really does go very, very well. It sounds, I mean, the 4.5 V8 sounds biblical. I'm not gonna lie, it really, really does. It's got this really, really high roady V8 rumble. I've never actually owned one of these, and like I said, I have actually been looking for a Cayenne, and I've on and off. I think I was going to go for a facelift 955, which is like the 2007 onwards, because the 955 came pre-facelift like this car, and then they did a facelift, and with the facelift you got newer engines. So the newer engines, like 2007 onwards, they introduced the 3.6 VR6, which I think was around about 280, 290 horsepower. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they introduced the 3-litre turbo diesel, which you would normally find in a Touareg and an Audi Q7. And they introduced the 4.8 V8, which was taken over from the 4.5 V8. And pre-facelift models, like I said, you got the VR6, the 4.5, and you got a 4.5 turbo and a 4.5 twin turbo, which was the Turbo S. Oh yes, and there it is, coming on song. That noise, it's really, 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 like, I just want more. I want more of the loud pedal. It's exhilarating, it's addictive. That noise is addictive. That V8. Oh yes. Now the owner of this car tells me that he's actually putting this car up for sale, and from what these cars were originally priced at to where they are now in the market, this is actually priced really, really, really well. £5,995, and this is a 2-owner car from new, and you can always tell a good car by the way you go around it, by the way it looks and drives and feels. And this feels like a really, really well looked after example. The interior in this car, I absolutely love the interior in the Cayennes. I really do. I love how they got like the soft silver accents on the doors. They've even continued that, and it looks even more fantastic on the outside of this car because it's basalt black, and they've got the really soft silver accents on the external as well, and they go really, really well with the black paintwork. on this car and all of the Cayennes, you got 6-pot calipers on the front and 4-pot calipers on the rear, and the braking performance on these cars are second to none. They really are. They're a great performing Brembo caliper, front and rear. There's nothing in it, seriously. You put your foot down and you're there, you're stopped. I mean, there you go, I'm stopped. From 40 miles an hour to that, I'm stopped. That noise, oh, really is addictive. It's a shame I've only put £20 in, actually. So you join me now on some windy, twisty roads, and if I'm honest with you, this thing weighs 2.2 tons, and it really probably shouldn't handle the way it does, but it does. I'm not going to push it too hard in, but it really does handle very well for a big SUV. I think my only real sort of, that V8 sounds phenomenal. It really does sound absolutely phenomenal. Little bit of roll because this model here doesn't have the air suspension. This actually has the conventional coil springs and struts over the normal air suspension struts, so it does hinder the ride a little bit, but if I'm honest with you, it's more peace of mind because I've actually owned these cars where the air suspension fails and it's an absolute nightmare. Not gonna lie, when you hit that loud pedal, this thing is stonkingly quick. 6.6 seconds to 60 in something that weighs 2.2 tons. When you hit the loud pedal and that kick down kicks in, you really, you're not prepared. And if I'm honest with you, I can't even think of what a Cayenne turbo feels like, because remember, this is the naturally aspirated, this is the 4.5 litre semi-skimmed V8. If you have the Turbo S or the Turbo, that's the full fat. That's like, you know, to feel that in a 2.2 ton SUV, good luck to you. But it really does sound phenomenal, goes phenomenal. Build quality in this, there's no rattles apart from the rattle of the tray plate there. This car is a 2005 variant, so it's clocking on, what, 17 years old, and it still drives beautifully. It really does. It drives beautifully, and like I said, to try and find good example cars out there, especially Porsches, I think you really do struggle sometimes. You're going to struggle to find a good example of a Cayenne because a lot of these cars have been used and abused. Right, MPG. Now, if you're going to buy a car like this, you're not really going to be thinking too much about MPG. And if you are, it's not the right car for you. I'm telling you now, it is not the right car for you. One of these 4.5 litre V8, like I said, 340 horsepower, 310 pounds-foot of torque. Let's be honest, it's 2.2 tons. You're going to be getting about 17 MPG. That's not too bad for a car that's 2.2 tons. If I'm honest with you, from what I've read about the Cayenne 3.2 V6 or VR6, they get around about the same, if not maybe 1 or 2 MPG more. Now, what I'll say is, you're not going to get as much power out of the VR6 version, and therefore you've got less torque. Now, if you've got to work that engine harder to move the car, then of course it's always going to use possibly the same or a little bit more fuel than what you would have in this, which is obviously a 4.5 V8. It's a bigger engine, but for me, I think it's the better engine. Now, the gearbox in this car is the 6-speed Aisin Triptronic, but they are an older style gearbox. I don't think they're going to be as responsive as, let's say, the new BMW DCT or a new Porsche PDK box, because let's be honest with you, they're not. It's a basically nearly a 20-year-old design, the Cayenne. I love the interior on this car. I think it's really nice place to be. You've got plenty of space in the back. You've got really big, nice, comfortable seats, perforated leather. It's a cool place to be. It's a nice place to be. If you have something like that at the back, I believe it's got a load liner in there with a built-in dog guard, so if you have dogs, you can obviously take your dogs and put them in the back of the Cayenne. You know, it's a really nice car, really nice SUV, and for the value for money of what you get, the bang for your buck, I say this is definitely a good buy. I think it is a good buy for somebody. I know a lot of people are going, you must be crazy, 4.5 litre V8 in a fuel crisis. You know what it is? Old Porsches always go up in money, always go up in value. Old Porsches, you look at it now, the 996s, they sort of dip down below the 10,000 mark, and now they're starting to go up. And in theory, I know this is a big, massively produced SUV, but there's probably less and less good examples on the road, and to find that good example, you're going to pay a premium. And I've already seen these cars go up. I've already seen these cars start to go up. 2 years ago I looked at the Cayenne and it was really good service history. I think it was probably a 2 or 3 owner car from new, and I could have got that car for 3,500. And if you have a look now, the same cars are 5 to 6, possibly 7,000 pounds. I'm really struggling to find something that I don't like about this car. It probably could benefit from some better tyres. However, as a daily driver, you don't really need the most amazing tyres in the world. But if you're the type of person who likes to maybe daily drive one of these cars and then go for a spirited drive on a weekend, I'd definitely recommend something like Michelin Pilot Sport SUVs tyres, and they've only recently sort of came out on the market, and they are an incredible tyre to have, especially on a high performance SUV like this. Expensive, yes, but they are a superb brand, a superb engineered tyre that would really sort of complement the ride, the handling of this car. But you know what it is, for everyday driving you don't really require you know, like a performance SUV tyre. And let's be fair, people who are going to buy this car, I'm pretty sure aren't going to cane its head in. So the Porsche Cayenne, is it a good buy or is it good buy? I think this is a good buy. I think it's a cracking car. As long as you get a good one like this that looks like it's been looked after and cared for properly, I think these are a cracking car, and a lot of car for the money. If you haven't already liked, shared and subscribed to this video, please do. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. We have so much more content. I've actually just booked in 2 more Porsches. One is actually a 996 and the other is a Cayman. So yeah, we do have them coming along very soon. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers now, bye bye.